And we're just going to jump straight into things. I am in the Waking Sands. Oh yeah, I just had the introduction. Interesting thing I also found. This is your new home. This is your new family. In a fucking sanctuary, so I haven't got an arrested bonus. Pfft. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security all over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Alright. I also did a leveling roulette last night and got very close to level 30, but not quite actually to it. So yay. So we're going to get Camp Drybone. That's on the other side of things to where we are, because we're still running about here. I might as well just teleport to Uldar and make a brief stop off at a shop to get some better gear, because I really do need it. Let's go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. DJ, hello and welcome. Congratulations on redeeming first, you're officially the first. Arms. Don't actually think I'm going to really need... I mean, to be fair, that is better than what I've got. But I'm going to be getting a new one on my next brain warrior quest line. I don't need a weapon. What I do most likely need is armor and jewelry. On the absolute, this is PC. It doesn't have the point system working. Oh god. Which is indeed broken. Purchase gear. That is... It's harder and harder to identify tank gear at the early stages. Until you see that. That's very definitely tank gear, although weirdly enough, I don't understand why, but up to a certain point, tank gear is also wearable by Reapers and Dragoons. Bottomless sleep. What I feel I've had. Ah, yes, of course, goat skin, the finest armor you can get. Thank you, DJ, for your contribution to the Dragon Fox Stream Challenge. Doomsday, hello, welcome. More binary. So now, hopefully, well, that's on. It's well occupied. That does not look like an improvement. That does not look like an improvement at all. I no longer look like a tank. I look like a disgruntled medieval peasant who found his father's boots. Oh god, that's bad. Battlecraft accessories. Give me some nice... Oh god, I forgot about these things. No, I don't need spell speed. It's determination, isn't it? No, it's tenacity and piety. No, wait. No, that's it. I need tenacity. Both determination as well. Tenacity is the tank. One. That one. Those are basically the tank ones. Oh, why did I even buy that? I've got the fucking thing. I'm gonna sell that back. It's fine, it's fine. Some age stuff. So, presumably... What's that compared with my current one? Mine's +1 to all, that's +3 to most things, so yeah, we're going to get... Baldur's Gate 3 is cross-play platform, nice. I mean, doesn't apply at the moment because it's not out on consoles. But it is cross-play across different PC launchers. I suppose those ones. And I'm going to say, yeah, those ones as well. It's not better than a brand new ring, however... Hey, actually remembered. Actually classed all my stuff as being upgrades. Now I'm actually in fairly decent gear. For now. I still haven't dropped below the 1 million mark. Okay, so... Dry bone. Oh, good God. Oh, God, I've got to go all the way across there for it. Bloody bollocks. Okay, so what gate name is it that I need? No, not that one. Gate of Nald. Okay. Easy enough. Gate of Nald. That's a significant chunk of XP. At that rate, with that amount of XP just for discovering area, I might... Oh, no, I'm not. If I discover 2 areas, I will level up. And leveling up by just... Forging the Spirit. I think I might need that. Actually. No, I don't think I'm ever going to need materia in this. I cannot wait until I unlock mount usage. I really can't. I think it's like a side quest that you get after joining a grand company, which I believe is level 20-ish main story quest, and I'm level 17 main story. After Lone Welcome mount. Yes. The only problem with the Mount side quest is that it requires you to do dungeons for it. So that might... If I unlock it, I might actually have to go and grind that off stream. I don't think it's doable by one dungeon run. It's going to make sure fair. I appreciate it. Yep, so they have a mountain minion addiction. I have a triple triad addiction. And when I say triple triad, I mean the cards, not playing it. Because the entirety of Final Fantasy VIII couldn't make me like triple triad, but something about collecting all the cards I can is just neuron activation. Mount-wise, also, I try to, but, oh, good God, I haven't been making progress in that, even on my main. Real hate sponges making Malk read a stream of binary, that's what playing Metro Exodus DLC. Yeah, especially Sam's story. God. And, like, so having played Metro Exodus, like, an additional 3, maybe 4 times, maybe more, I've realised why Sam got his own DLC. He barely features in the main game. Like, he barely has anything interesting to say or do in the main game. I was like, alright, I guess they wanted to make use of the fact they hired Steve Blum. Need cars too for that one damn mount. Which one is it? Is it like, it's the flying triple triad board, isn't it? I'm thinking of something else. I mean, there's also a mount that I really want, but I know I'm never going to get it. I want the Blue Mage mount, but never getting that. Never. Because I don't have friends on my main, server. Card, right, card, yeah. I mean, I'm happy with the fact that Chinya has a flying bed for a mount. Blue mount too. It's just so funny. The Rival Wings duo. That one I'm unfamiliar with. Damn, but it's so expensive. Made mine. Okay, so I bought all the materials I needed off the market board because, again, it requires you to do treasure maps to get the items, and I don't have friends on my main. I think the most expensive thing I've sold was I sold one of the boss one of the extreme trials from Stormblood. The weapons, really, really nice, and I could make them, so I made a few. Now that's good. It's worse when you have a shit story based around him, because when a character is super ineffectual to the overall plot, then it's fine. When bad story makes the character worse. Yeah. %, to what they are, but as a win 100 things, a win on this map, 120 achievements. Oh god. Rather, it's basically dead outside of Moogle Tome events. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, as much as this game has wanted to try and cultivate a thriving PvP scene, the game's really just not known for its PvP. Try to skip the dialogue. I will try. I am Eisenbart, here to search for missing folk, take it. Minfilia sent word there's an adventuring fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to see me, look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victim safely returned. Got a glamour dispeller. Thanks. I knew I was going to be leveling up to 30 whilst I was out here, I just didn't realise I was going to be doing that soon. Let's get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but they're like not to stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of cools at the Church of Saint Adama Landmeda, an instance which no one's paid their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before Mongols catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. Well, if willing, you may even come in to learn something of what the Amalja seek in the area. Retrieve ripe corpses. Gross. However, we're going to take a brief... It's like, join us as quickly as possible. Give me a few. I've got to go do my class quests. KPSY. Hi. Keep forgetting limbs and mints is so active. This is quiet for Limsa. This is very quiet for Limsa. Oh, please give me a better axe. Gives me a better axe. Went through the battle. And my choice of gear, all of which is better than what I've just bought. Amaris, your confrontation with the beast is at hand. Kujata has made his presence known. Reports place the creature to the northeast of the Red Rooster Stead, in the vicinity of the Grey Fleet. There's little more for me to say but this. Harness all the strength you have built through your labours of sweat and blood, and unleash it full fury upon Kujata and his menagerie of scavengers. The guard yet lies abed, trusting in your strength and praying for your victory. I ask that you go to the lab before the battle and tell him you venture forth to fell the object of his vengeance. Such news should cheer his ailing heart. The time has come, Amaris Dothalangora. May your axe strike deep and true. No. Tempest Gate, right. Tempest Gate, and then sprinting because I don't have a mount yet. Well, I understand why they do it, but I really would love the fact that I have mounts here. I have mounts I've paid for, and I can't use them. Ooh. Or for my hunting log. I was just about to say I need one more, and there is one more. Camera went right through a frog. Biggest frogus. But yeah, 3,200 experience, not bad. See it in the distance. Won't teleport from here, just click over there and just zoom. But no, there's no such thing. I mean, ninjas technically do, but it's a limited range. And I really don't want to go and unlock Rogue and then unlock Ninja to get that. I just... no. I'm still trying to decide if I want to stay as a slash warrior the entire time, if I want to branch out into Gunbreaker. And it's only because I have very little experience with Gunbreaker. Scene. Amara, sorry for making trouble. Nah, it's fine. No, I deserved what I got. It's my own fault for not believing in you. But you came back anyway, and now you're going to take that axe to Kujata's head, aren't you? I know you can beat that bastard. You got to. Yeah. I haven't met anything I can't beat it into a pulp yet. What's this guy trying to be all dapper? Might be as I'm sticking my nose in where it ain't wanted, but I couldn't abide the thought of you facing that monster solo. Kujata's got his friends, so it's only fair if you got a couple too. More friends for not to lighten your load. Already did some of the groundwork for you. Seems like a farmer and his wain have fallen victim to the Fiend's pack. Follow the trail of destruction might just lead us to the big bugger himself. I honestly thought he was going to walk away that way, and it still would count him as going along. Kujata's reared his ugly head again. I reckon you'd be not too far behind. I hope you won't object to me in any way I can. We've been through much, you and I would see this tale to the end. Look, say no to healing. Brombar, well, he felt much the same, so here we are. Pack of 2 to offset the ravenous beasts that follow in Kujata's wake. It's fine. Fine. I'm a tank. All I need is people just hit things while I keep other things busy. What's my next time? I've got no traits that I unlock. Shirk unlocks at 48 and arm's length at 32. Ah. Found some pots. You find a pot that appears to have been dragged from the farmer's wain. Wouldn't that usually be... Oh, there we are. Another thing. It's a fruit barrel. It's me. My barrel appears to have been dragged from the father's wine. Fathers? I mean, suppose, maybe. That thing breathed fire at me and it called it foul breath. I wouldn't call that foul breath, I'd call that fire breath. Or, you know, spicy breath. By a crate that appears to have been dragged from the father's wine. Giant oxpecker. What kind of name is that? And there it is, the overturned wain. Duty calls. That's a big boy. Be fine. Be absolutely fine. Big Jetta. So Mara send the beast to the abyss. This is too good, Fred. Okay, so if I just leave the hyenas to me. Okay. I'm not gonna say no to you going and taking on the ads. He guards up to something. Not up to anything, apart from dying. Like that. Better close your wounds. What has he done to you? I think I killed him before the event was expecting me to. Amaris. That face. Is our time fortuitous? Yeah, you came just in time to see me do it. Axmaster came here so I could see. You did it. You really did it. Yeah. It wasn't that hard. Ma, Da, DC, Amaris killed the bastard. He's finally dead. Aww. Thank you. Thank all of you. Morris, do you reckon I could learn to swing an axe like that? Oh, God. The child wants more violence. When I'm bigger, I mean. I want to protect folk too, keep them safe from, you know, monsters and things. Oh, no, he's going to be a tank. He's going to grow up and be a tank. Oh, God. You train hard, the north is beyond your reach, young man. That's what I'll do, I'll train every single day. You'll see I'll be the strongest hero there ever was. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, waves goodbye to me and just stood as a... What? Am I supposed to do something? Well done, Morris. I knew from the first moment we met that you'd rise to meet any challenge. Give this gun here, do crimes. Oh, good God, no. He said tank, not machinist. Just done, Morris. You've answered the boys' prayers and upheld the pride of the guild. Hold your head high, Marauder. I shall be awaiting your triumphant return to Lim's Laminsa. Saw it with my own eyes, and I still can scarce believe it. You brought down the mountain. It wasn't that difficult. Stop watching back there. I'm not going all the way back. Tank with a gun. That's Gunbreaker. Sort of. So after I do this, I should have another class quest immediately afterwards. That was truly a mighty feat, Morris. Never have I seen a marauder so dedicated to attaining the pinnacle of his discipline. In recognition of your achievements, I, Ex-Master Winzone, pass on to you our guild's final technique, the thrill of battle. The skill teaches you to embrace the fear and danger of combat, allowing you to push well beyond normal limits of your stamina. The thought brings me both joy and sadness. There is naught more I can teach you. May your memories of your time here at the guild sustain you as you strive for ever greater heights of perfection. Experience now shall be your tutor. There will always be greater foes and deadlier challenges on which to test your blade. Of that I am certain. You enter a realm of our craft in which I have never set foot. I only hope that when you reach the very boundaries of our art, you will return to share your triumphs with us. Until then, Amaris, may your axe swing ever true. Alright. +6, +13, +4, +13. Oh. New Sabatons, or do I want a new hat? Wait, hang on, those aren't the ones. No, those aren't. You holding the axe like that, dude? This one time at level 30. Why did those look worse? Like a tomato. Complete any one of the Disciple of War Magic class quests available at level 30. Oh, I don't have another one. I guess I need to advance the main story before my job becomes available. That I did not know. Well, I had no sleep because of the Baldur's Gate 3. I had 2 hours of sleep and went straight to the game. But so I haven't even started it. Oh, I updated it and that was it. Ugh. Yeah. Let's go and retrieve the ripe corpses. Why do I call them ripe? But, 'cause, 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 They're level 12. Might be why I did just completely steamroll them. Corpse. Why do I need to take the corpses back to him? Just why? Why can't I just take them straight to the graveyard? I've got to go and say, hey, are these the ones you meant? I was like, oh god, they stink. Out in the desert all this time. Yeah, they're the ones. Ah, I skip that. Meh. It's fine. It's just good to see you returned. Wake up, Wolf. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across the other side. You've done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what of the Amaja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amaja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amaja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kind of numbers. The total is too great and the questions too many. Not surprised me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travellers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? Maybe among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings, 12 forbid it be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungus who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. I always have to get to talk to snooty people. Oh, gods be damned. Hear that bloody adventurer throwing me back in Aldar. What 7 hours do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Edinburgh. Folks around here are as rare as they come. I'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Play them all for fools and coax some hard labour out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before, what with all the disappearances. You go talk to himself if you don't believe me. What was the point then? Why was you? Let's go and talk to the common folk. Go and start with this guy, and this guy says, yeah, go and talk to the common folk. Please, sir, just leave me be. Alright. He just walks off. Devious derelict. I didn't say but this. That'll take who or whatever's been feeding of us low folk. Angry potato. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Well, he ran the fuck away. I mean, I suppose it's someone over 7 foot tall with a massive axe strapped to their back talking to me. I think I'd probably be a bit intimidated too. Just I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. I've been talking folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they're simply up and moved on to a better place. This place ain't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. What was the point of that? All we did was confirm what this guy already thought. Like, this guy already told us about that, and all we've learned is no one wants to talk to me. Welcome back to Mars. You learning more to import? See, suppose I should have expected much from Ungus. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent to their religious beliefs. Perhaps they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Those are both awful. I'm taking the money. We would know what the common folk speak of to their gods. We've no better place to ask than the church of St. Adama Lundama. There's a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. So long as you're headed there, might I ask you to live this embalmed corpse? A morbid request I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Great, so now I'm a trusted corpse carrier. It's the cowman named Marquis. He tends the graves of the lich yard. He'll tell you where the body has been interred. Oh god, why would you call that a... Why would you call that a lich yard? Just why? Oh, I also learned something last night that mildly infuriated me. Elden Ring, my favourite character, Blythe. His name is Welsh for wool. Mildly infuriated by that. I mean, I suppose I can't really talk. I've got a dragon OC whose name's Drake. Still. It's not about, oh, wait, I'm a necromancer, then it's bad for you. That's fine, I'll kill everything. Marcus, yes, a body? Of course, there have been so many bodies of late. I apologise, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. I go. Oh. Yeah, ship ticket. We're just not gonna ask anything about that. What? Oh, I've got to bury it still. Turned into some rocks. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I can't help you. But maybe Sister Orkin can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Orkin within the church walls. Right, that doesn't know what's going on. I hear you've done us the service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Eisenbard when you next see him. You've seen knowledge of missing tribe inhabitants. It is true I'm closer to the people than any of the Order. I confide in them and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do so. Well, yeah, that's buried. Should I know anything pertinent, I'll be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquez would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems now to prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behaviour ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offence to his conduct. I must have words with the Marquez soon. Fucking Thancred. Fucking easily offended Thancred. Can I jump over this? I probably can. Yeet. Yep. And there's a checkpoint keep. I might need it at some point. Thank you, Amaris. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. We able to learn all to the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy late, haven't you, Amaris? That was a very jittery movement. What the fuck? Pleasure, my dear Eisenbard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungus more times than I care to count. Seems to be some truth to his notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Protestation, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orson herself? Orson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marquez, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Those are both crap, I'll just take the money. Sister Orson cannot be, though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own. It's not uncommon for her to see her speaking to the children, but no, could not be. Could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Amaris, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orson's activities. Speak with the uncombed urchin. Charming name. Callie, hello and welcome. We're riding to the Golden Bazaar to go and talk to the uncombed urchin. Chocobo cheap? Cheap? Chocobo cheap, yes. The domain of the Chocobo Cheeps. Uncombed. Uncombed urchin. Please help. Sister Orson went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here too about Thalm, the Order, and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing. She went looking for it. What if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. Now I'm shiny hunting. Well, that's ominous. Save Sister Orson. I wonder if she got into trouble. Get the shiny. Rotting mage and rotting pikeman. We can one-shot him. Now only level 13. I'm here at level 30. You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. Seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. There's a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I'll see it safely back to him. Hydrate, Commander Callie. Oh, I was just about to say I've never seen a teleport fee for less than 100 gil before, but no, with the company buff of reduced rates, makes sense. What kind of mount is that? Sister Orson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods forfend. I'll secure a room at the inn first should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in doing no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. Take fish, yeah. Oh dear, where it's from though. I'm well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orson. It seems she received greater injuries from attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she's expected to make a full recovery. But now onto the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he'll be waiting at the Amalji encampment to the southeast. Pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Do a noomy. Pretty. Oh, there you are, Amaris. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orson, and as Amara said, her wounds were serious, it would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without... Oh, I pressed the button. What? I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, I'll say that I would much prefer to keep my distance than remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Amaris. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Sure. Search for a clue in there. I'm so high level they won't attack me. I am actually out so high level they will not attack me. Look. Right up to him and into his business. Other person can't say the same. Ah, the queer leaflet. We finally found the gay agenda. The gay agenda is apparently a strange slip of parchment found at the Amalja encampment in Eastern Thanland. Well, there you have it. Now we know what the gay agenda is. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? What the fuck kind of question is that, Thancred? This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. Just to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. Lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nalthol seem somewhat less than studied. Find it hard to believe one among the order pen this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let's see what Sister Orson makes of it. They're like, yeah, I'm not fucking with you. Fuck around and find out. This is not happening. I even found out what the threshold is for that. 11 levels. Once you get to be 11 levels above something, it will not attack you unless you attack first. I've just seen what the name of this quest is. Amalja Wrong Places. Oh, I keep getting brutally reminded this game is full of puns. That's like you. My saviour comes again. To what do I owe the honour of this day? What is this? Blasphemous! These are not our teachings at all. This is not made by any true brother or sister of the Order, of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Amaris. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There's no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect that we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I should consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we've learned here. I love the quest structure of being all over the place, especially with so many quests have been removed. Posing as a priest? To think. These troubled notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Amaris. I should keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. So, yeah. Scene conversation now. Afraid I've not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Amaris and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. You serve very well, you have my thanks. Listen, Amaris, so as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at the camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Alright. Sure. But also, the funny thing, the absolutely hilarious thing. Apparently, now I'm in disguise. And on that note, I'm going to take a quick break back for a bathroom break. Perfect disguise. Stealth 100. Alright, sorry about that. My friend said they thought you were the narrator, that great voice. Thanks. Oh god, if I ever did voice acting on a grander scale, I probably would stick to narration. Speak to the locals. Oh, I've got to speak to all 5 locals. Speaking, good sir, is there also I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Charming. I pray the teachings of Azema, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? The name is the Keeper of Sun and the Goddess of Inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught to the end of days. Well, they're not running away from me anymore. And you are? Huh. Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames are neither work nor calling for you like. Begone and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. I am the nuisance. I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, we don't have any openings. Now get out so I can finish my story. Don't they actually want to know what story he's telling? Most likely lewd. Not on my channel. No lewdness here. Never. No lewdness and no fucking swearing either. What is it? Gods, not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Only keep your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone. What's 6.9? A good time stop by bit. Vampires are the real heroes here, they do so regardless. Just guess they need to leave. You're quite nice for being a nuisance, Amaris. Jesus, thanks, Thancred. The campus above was talking newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The Icy authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let's go there and wait for the kindly priests to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needs to say you'll need to remain in disguise. Well, I love how he's not in disguise. The priest would probably, oh, you can't get rid of this, you can't disguise this beautiful face. I was like, I can disguise it with a slap. You dear spouse, love you too, dear wife. I'm pretty sure they said... Oh, wait, no, No, that's... They said north of the pond. This is the south end of it. What the fuck? Oh, God, thank you, it actually went in disguise. Fine way of catching false priests, wouldn't you say? I know it's the elevation, but my good God, he looks tiny compared to me. You look absolutely smashing, Amaris. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Get doze off here. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nadthal, and I'll come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teaching of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. Tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god-awful mummer, Ungust. What? How do you know? You bastard straight me. This is very plain by the facial hair. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm, and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hope of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the God Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? What kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments for the Nanowide mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and gave them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you're not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. That was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja paid me. You sacrificed innocence so you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Amaris just goes behind and is like, you ain't running anywhere. Ah, not you again. Yeah, me again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear it. Alright, work to do. No problem at all, Kelly. Thanks for coming in as long as you did, and see you later. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe all that leaves your mouth, but no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Amaris, be a good man and take word of these developments from Infilia, would you? Alright. I shall provide everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still out there, somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Change back into my... It's the same clothing model, it just differently coloured. Oh, perfect disguise, 10 out of 10. Speak from Infilia, the Waking Sands. Aha! Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket, just for this purpose. At least I had to go back here fewer times than I used to. Good God, pray return to the Waking Sands. I'm so glad they decided to get rid of those quests. Because literally there was one part of this quest was, you know, here's a link pearl. This will allow us to stay in contact, you know, at far distances. Now go over here and investigate something. Awesome. Now I'm content that these things work. Come back here. Like, why? Why do you send me all the way out there just to say, yes, this long distance communication device works. Now come back. Welcome back, Amaris. I'm pleased you and Thancred have been getting along. See, you've done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. Thancred said we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Oh. Suffice to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before this is said and done. Oh, of course. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots. Goblin names in this will never cease to make me laugh. Never. Just what the fuck? What the actual fuck? And he's a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students it has now been disseminated to the great benefits of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanlan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and the way will become clear. I could swear I remember this being optional. Or at least part of it was optional. I might be wrong though. Or there's another one of those weird things where you needed to have a crafting class of a certain level to be able to do it. Here is Mr. Bubblypots. Who is Uplander coming to 10th ring of Mutamix Bubblypots? God, they spoke like that. Show us down. It's like, who are you? Fighty Tool drinks an air slit. Airy self. When full of airy self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of materia. If materia join with other Fighty Tool, then Big Eyes. Fighty Tool gains power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Somewhat. Yes, tongue flaps reach ear of Mutamix with fastness. Tongue flaps. Tongue flaps. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Mutamix, yes? Yeah, here. Fighty Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Makes good teachers show of power of materia. Materia, Master. Now, eyes of Uplander point at Fighty Tool, yes? Materia join with Fighty Tool. Fighty Tool gains power of materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty Tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It's created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of material to a gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix could turn that dagger of yours from something that was a struggle to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix. This fucking dialogue, what the fuck? I feel like I'm back in Sherlock Holmes. So I think I have the ability to extract materia, but not to infuse it. Okay, that is... No, I can't extract materia. I don't think I can... No, can't do anything with the materia at the moment. It's fine. Don't need to. Oh wait, we'll go back to Minfilia. For me now. All right. Hundreds of Welcome back, Amaris. Trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Centurion Heart's dagger. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of material can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. So I'm sure you're aware the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Material may well give you the edge you need, Amaris, so make it your ally. Now it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin. That's going to give me something that's nowhere near as good as what I've got. Inferno Axe. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good. In fact, I think I already have one of those. Yeah, Inferno Axe. I've got 2 Inferno Axes. What the fuck? Oh, it's this. There. I thought it would be. Words arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest. He revealed he is due to meet with the Immolager to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Immolager responsible for the abductions, so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. And the Immolager anticipated to offer fierce resistance, so the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I'd have you provide it to them, Amaris. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he's able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Science Soul representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to save some for him, such as his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to the Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant regarding the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. I mean, that cold glass thing in my pocket. Build codes for Genshin? Yep, and use them. Ah, you're a Master Othal and Guru of the Scions? My thanks for coming, friend. We're strong for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture a Immolager and prize from them the whereabouts of the adoptees. This dude can't live for shit. As the men aren't aware of that their man Ungus has been exposed. When they come to their rendezvous point to meet with the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of this mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, so we request the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Immolager plot if the mission succeeds. RS, let's make sure it does. Live on Twitch today, so that's how I know about the codes. There. I've probably been talking about the new version. I'm waiting the Invisible City. Oh, it's that bit. Run! Maybe I can see the user bit. Yeah, like what's upcoming is going to be a whole new region being released with new characters, so I expect they're doing quite a bit of coverage on that. God, I remember going through this bit initially and I had so little XP that these things actually aggroed me. And here I am almost level 31. God love the numbers compression that they did. Duty calls. My levels sink down. Is the base in place? Our man's in position, sir. Good. Make our move as soon as the Immolager appear. Yes, sir. Thank you for the hydrate reminder, DJ. Ooh, they're beefy. Green shake. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Hee hee hee. Ha 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 ha. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. Ridiculously wide mouth, and it's kind of scary. I lived the immortal flames clutches for moons before finally being caught. Do you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Ah, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Hehehe. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Bye. Reggie, come a tank starts on. Oh, level 31. Interrupted him. This dude's just using old gladiator powers that no longer exist. Could go over and help them, but defeating this guy faster will end the duty. Just like that. That battle went a lot better in the actual game. Put your weapon on your comrade's dead man. Behind you. Snooze times! Maris takes a nap. He clearly needed it. Bring him. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. Fear the Amalja mean to give us the gods as their offering. If I must die, let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. Ball of Embers now accessible. The game's first trial, but not really a trial. DJ, invite to party. And let's queue up for the Bowl of Embers. Love that tank queuing time. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Yangi. Very angry, but very, very well designed Ifrit. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their hearth and soul, heathen soul with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Bloody hells. Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the right of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more with my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. O mighty Ifrit, my one true God. Food, nice. Your words are my bread. Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? I'm really not sure how. Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Get fucked, I'm going to go decadent god in the schnoz. Forsooth, thy frail mortal flame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear, thou art of the godless blessed number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind, thine existence is not to be suffered. God, that music. Surrender ourselves to the fires of judgment. Focus on the nail. My soul shall burn for eternity. Papa? That's him done. Puny god. He's left behind a crystal. Nicely to my collection. Gradual flashbang there, Jesus. Second crystal. Chaos Emerald. It's fine, these crystals predate the Chaos Emeralds. Pray forgive my lateness. What? I was delayed by a congregation of Amarja zealots. I swear each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. There? Phew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time in extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it's fair to say the hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I owe you an apology, Amaris. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You've been given a veritable baptism of fire. It's alright. But let's continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. Alright, come on. This is also something that they really didn't do well in the original, is they put cutscenes, lengthy story cutscenes, in with the dungeon rather than after the dungeon. So that was the mighty Ifrit. I forgot that we saw him without his helmet this early. What a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking all done interference into account. Should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not there was all worth of a damn for it to read, but I take your point. Suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You've been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behaviour. Still in the dungeon area, that's the thing. Hey, I got commendation. Just the one, but I got one. Oh, there you are, Amaris. Come rest a while, you'll have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologising. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be a whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell upon the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Amaris. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I've long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud of all the reckoning which she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the time to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you're good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Now I go back to Waking Sands. What's on there? So no longer to be zoomed out because I'm not in a dungeon anymore. Well, it says, report to the Scion on 7th Dawn. It's a singular person. Hasn't been given a name yet. It's because they haven't. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. What a wrist. I think it's actually even better than the one I've got. My rival nearly cost Amaris his life. I wasn't there when the Imaja took him prisoner. I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived. That does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. That resting bitch face, what the fuck? That's a new one. I've never seen Minfilia's resting bitch face before. I love that. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Oh, Smalls. Amaris, it's so good to see you again. Impeccable time, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You've done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Imaja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Uldar. Similar incidents have been rife in both limbs of Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the adaptations. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When a mummy primal and a daddy primal do the fusion dance. When all's well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is the coming together or etheric coalescence which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjugated. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is so the greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait, meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs of a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The Immortal Flames assured me they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Amaris. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who failed a Frit, I fear you'll have nary a moment to yourself. I wasn't doing anything anyway. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something I think it would be best if you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if it were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will come to stand with us, Amaris. And already? Can you mount all this? Nice. I should be going. I must offer my apologies to Flame General for the losses people suffered. Till next time. Better you than me, Thancred. Gods forgive me, how many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Morris just wanted to go like, doing okay there, dude? No? Sure. Fine. Let's see if those bracelets are actually there. Not. It will be a hero in the making. Until not so very long ago, you were one of but many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you would travel the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Y'shtola that the Scions will benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. Wow. You've achieved a great deal in a short time, won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Amaris, or rather, you have guests. Guests? People want to see me? Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. You smarmy bastard. I'm given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I'm here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limbs of Laminster, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Amaris, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organisation would have Ifrit's bane for their own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. Am I going to have a foursome? They've not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit that they have as evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Amaris' deeds spread so quickly that the Immortal Flames should know that this triumph is to be expected, but what of the other Grand Companies? Eep! Caught you in the act, Tataru. Your reputation precedes you, Master Dothal Angora. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Dothal Angora. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs with the Immortal Flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Uldar. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. As with many others in Limsa, long before the rest of Eorzea took note, your name was well known to us, owing to your valorous deeds, on behalf of our citizens. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours and let us see the grand vessel of Limbs of Laminster to the shores of glory. Brain melt. Lady Minfilia. Ah, very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminder, you may have a brief summary of the situation to help clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city themes in terms of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limbs and Luminsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Uldar. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavours. If you are agonising over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this stage need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I can see this is no small choice you face. Thought occurs to me. You will of course recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? God, I had to do that bit beforehand. It's fine. You're wise, you're beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Amaris to hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. I've already made my decision, and it's not based on anything. Well, at least not anything in game terms. I know full well the adventurers are by nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Amaris, and with it you are capable of doing untold good, yet know the great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill and you must needs be on the lookout for them, yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend among friends. Your achievements will be shared and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. I can think of several better arrangements. Of course, joining one organisation need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of the location. I honestly thought I'd already had that. Eorzea is changing, Amaris, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what tomorrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. I've already been to all 3 of the city-states. I've got to go do it again now. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Amaris. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes according to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Cecil Canny Senna will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheatre. Somewhere around here, I don't know when you can get Mount Player's question in my head. Yeah, I know this, but after I join with a Grand Company, I get a side quest to get a mount. But that requires getting like 1,000 Grand Company seals, which is probably best done off stream because I don't think I've got my daily roulettes refreshed yet. Probably mention at this point that due to the organisational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first point of call. Next, you'll need to go to Uldar, where Flame General Rabban al-Din will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumoured there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limbs of Luminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Melwib Blofsuan will be giving her address. Room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentries, Arthel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. Hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in your favour if you prefer travel plans. Farewell. Yeah, I can go to any of them whenever I want. It's changed because you didn't need to that. If it has changed, then that's changed for the better. Okay, I'm going to go to the Ildar one first because it's closest. And we'll take the least skill to go and do. Because after this, I can just return to Limsa, and then I can go to the airship landing to get to Gridania. Chamber of Rule. I'm pretty sure this bit's changed as well, because I'm very certain you had to do this in this certain order. Like, you had to do Gridania, then Ildar, then Limsa and Windsor.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as well!
He's so tiny.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore! Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Uldar!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard.
What the fuck is that voice acting? Who the... Jesus Christ, that does not sound like who I know it is. What the fuck?
Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
If this is the voice acting that's always been at this point, this is why I didn't like this character.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given.
Request to get the man to says, oh, that's better then. Back for seeing the dogs. There.
In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
He sounds so full of himself.
Yet many left our gates, never
It took me so long to actually like that character. It literally took me until the Shadowbringers expansion to like him.
Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act.
You see nothing but the bad voice. See, the voice is good, it's just his reading's a bit off.
Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall.
I have heard rumors, though, that they're basically having the current voice actors go back through the entirety of the game and re-recording the voices.
Victory and fortune walk hand in hand.
It's very clear they haven't gone to this part of the game yet, though.
Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond.
Interesting. Yeah, if that is what they're doing, then, you know, good on them. Because the current voice cast is very good, and they are very, very, very into their roles.
In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raban?
God, that voice.
People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measured that
Always
wealth
makes
in
you.
coins and carrots are gravely
It's one that the more recent voice actor really needs to redo. Really does.
The true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune.
What the fuck was that crowd voice?
Inferno, for we are by fire reborn.
Fuck. Ugh.
Forsooth,
The time is now!
I believe.
If you'll permit me, Alfie, no.
I'm sorry, Alphino. I like you later on in the game, but right now, you are only one thing to me. You are Twatino.
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
Close her eyes as soon as the name's mentioned. Like, don't talk to me.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler.
You are on the same incoming vessel as me.
You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
God, I want to slap him so much. Right, hello and welcome. Good God, thankfully those voice lines ended. The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worship the primal Ifrit. I know, I just killed it! Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you've encountered them. Yeah, kill them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush her. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Suck. Sorry about that, Dresden started coughing, so I had to go and see to him. He's fine though. Sister is so fed up on life. I think she's just fed up of him. Honestly, I've only just met him, but mood. Yes, he's one, but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. Even that face, like, shut the fuck up, Alphino! After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Malja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Ul'dah send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames were eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. So he just walks off. Good shot, very, very much. Yeah, like I said, and it's not until Shadowbringers I actually start liking Alphino. Alphino is like the only character of the main cast I did not like for the majority of the game. Stateroom. That's right there. Here, turn the Remembrance Service. Be quick, the Admiral's due to give her address at any moment. Look like Heaven's Ward, because that's when he's learning. Yeah, I didn't like him. He was, still too unwilling to learn from his mistakes. Still too eager to make them.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
Oh, yep.
The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartino. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
Shut up, Twatano.
Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Oh, good God, Twatano, shut the fuck up. You condescending bastard. You are a child. I will punt you out the window.
Since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep.
Twas no silence until Shadowbringers. Definitely right, definitely.
When I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes.
Good old Nasab is quite a lot of people in the Lord. Yeah, I saw that when I first logged in, that Limbs was having a very quiet day, apparently. Oh. Usually on my home server, there's so many people that you actually can't even read the names. It just melts together.
Our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck. There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port.
Pokey, hello and welcome. Speaking of melding together, it is I, Pokey.
We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men.
Jesus.
To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom.
Only out slightly during the speech reminds me of school.
And with the guidance of the navigator,
Yeah, it is a
this
bit of a
great
chunky
vessel of
info
ours
dump
shall
that
ride
doesn't
the
really
waves
explain
till
much.
sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral.
Yeah, you'll follow her to the 7 hells. You'll be looking at her ass the entire time.
Fancy meeting you again.
Shut up, Twatano. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Linzalaminster is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan, and second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribes present weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Minzen's backyard. And that's to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominzans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs, differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. The kobolds alone, they just want shinies. Exactly, the kobolds just want shiny things. I've just seen something. My hand is bigger than his head. Jesus. A capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crews, beyond question. Will you sail with the Admiral? Also, I will sail with whoever tells you to shut the fuck up personally. Now, see, the thing is, you know, with this whole part of the game, I can't tell if they were wanting Alize to be, you know, the quiet, sullen one, or they just didn't get a voice actor for her. Next time he speaks, your character should just put their hand up his face and show him, just like, no. No talk. Okay. This is the place I'm most familiar with. Well, in theory, I'm most familiar with because it's where I tend to home my characters. Can I actually navigate this place successfully? Not all of it.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
What was that gesture for?
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer.
Shut up, twat, no. Just,
the
no.
entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war
Those eyes
conquest
have seen
to
some
Eorzea,
shit.
we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
Oh god, the abyss has stared back in those eyes. It really has.
Met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano.
See, the problem with these is that they are essentially, all three of these cutscenes say the same thing. Just, muddled about a little bit, but it's exactly the same thing 3 times.
Battle in recent memory.
This is one of the reasons why it's such a slog in the early game.
Were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
I look so soggy.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
You need to have a point in your company to get an item for the mount, but it's only 200 now and you get 300 normally. Yeah, it wasn't that much before, but it did still require you doing a roulette, which I don't think mine have refreshed
and
yet.
How do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
Alizé actually speaks, and her voice acting not as bad as Alphinaud, but not as good as her current one. Although she is just as full of sass.
Wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard.
Blah blah blah, lady, we get something about Dracula and werewolves.
And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity,
I love how everyone is
sanctity.
focused on her and paying attention to her, apart from Twatano.
We must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
Seems very, very awkward, that movement. I misplayed my sketchbook. No.
fancy meeting you again.
I will slap you, Twatano. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. At last they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned their primal Ramur. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the woods, and thereby restore the power of the elements, will put an end to their woes, yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Alizé's just been distracted by something shiny. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them, then? Even the bits after the speeches with Alphino really don't shed all that much light. It literally just comes down to, you could be useful anywhere. You're not the PvP mission. When you choose your company, you get 1,438 points. Easily done. Don't you remember doing this part? Oh, I did. I've unlocked the PvP stuff, and I think I've engaged in like 2, maybe 3 PvP matches. Not a fan. Morris, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final Remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. So unlock our Daily Search. Yeah, I remember that. But still, I have done PvP stuff, because there is unique to PvP armor. Some of it actually looks pretty awesome. Before I go, I want to sell some stuff. Where the best would be. Nice. Yay! We approve of this. Nearest shop would actually be there. The only place that I very rarely go to shop-wise. Independent supplier. That would probably be why. You don't have much. Reorganize this a little bit more. Okay. To be fair, I actually could sell pretty much everything from here as well. Need to find the dialogue for that. Oh, I see why I am. I got to try to draw a few things again. Nice. Very, very happy to hear that ride. When I honestly forgot that was a shop. Honestly, most of the time I take the shops in there, or if I just want a quick sale, there's one right there that I use. But I want to go back to the... Oh no, actually I don't want to go anywhere, I just want to use a Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket. Or Aetheryte, I should say. I mean, it's been a while since I did any of my art. I've got a lot of shit to catch up on. Welcome back, Amaris. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Not really. Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you now see why your services are in such demand, or that there are more of you, Amaris. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep.
Why are you such a pretentious dickhole? I don't get it. I do not get why you are so pretentious right at this point.
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Twasno, shut. Yeah. Twasno, you need to shut up.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
What the fuck is with the massive bodyguards they got as well?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
My God. I get that they're children, but why do they sound like spoiled brats of children? Having met their parents, I don't see why. Well, one of them,
Well, of course.
One of their parents is really lovely. So used to her voice and shadowings. I know, right? Hearing the old voices, some of them sound similar enough that it's completely fine. But these two, Jesus Christ. Joy the Chocobo's not here.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
What to know? Shut the actual fuck up.
No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Oh god, is that voice? Yeah. This is something that the later expansions did as well. They gave a much better voiceover. Mori, hello and welcome.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to
Face.
rewrite history to their convenience.
Defarel, hello and welcome, and thank you very much for the follow.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome.
Voice acting gets better after a Rumble 1. Oh, it does. But hearing some of the really good voice acting that takes place later on and hearing this again really hurts. Especially with Alphino here being an unsufferable twatbag. Hey DJ for the British Redeem.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all.
You know what? I was saying it sounds like a sitcom Mean Girl teenager. She really does.
The salve will serve.
It
not
also
only to close up
sounds
our present wounds.
very much like the voice actress for Alizé at this point and the Sultana are the same person. It actually sounds like the same voice actress. Sam Eagle did a good job of playing a snobbish lord.
But prevent old ones from opening anew.
He really needs humbling. He really needs to get humbling. I cannot wait until it happens. I cannot wait until that point. The only reason I'm choosing this is because it's where I'm set to return with. How's the Admiral's speech? Ah, you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? Yeah. That's the spirit, lads. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made, it's time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Maelstrom Command back in Lemza. It is on the upper decks, in case you've forgotten. I will send word to our personnel officer to expect you. Till sea swallows all. Yes. Uses of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearings sure. Return. It's literally because it's so easy to get back to. And as I recall, it's actually the easiest trek between an Aetheryte shard and the headquarters out of all three of them. Excuses because tall lady. I mean, Chinya has always been for twin adders. Again, because she started off as a lancer, so Gridania home state, and I've never moved my return point. I think actually out of all of my characters, I've only moved the return point on one, maybe two of them. As both of them have been to Ishgard. Yaft Castle. That. Well done. For the team. I also can't wait till I start getting better fashion because what I'm in looks god awful right now. Hey, adventurer, what brings us to have you at the Maelstrom Command? My name is Amaris Tathalan Guru. I believe you're expecting me. Amaris Tathalan Guru, our recruitment officer sent word of your coming. Shall be my honour to induct you into the ranks of Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be aware of several... Sir! Or is it private? And this has better be important. So we received a report from the lookout in Lower Lenoska, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a Highwind ship airway. Highwind Skyways airship. Vessel is in bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we've no troops available in that area. Bog Voluntary is bogged down on the coast skirmishing with the fishbacks. Tathalan Guru, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Nosko is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. Alright. The least official response every single time. Like, yeah, right. Cedarwood. Such an awkward bit to get to. Yeah, actually probably would be easier to take a teleport to there and then just run across. Still haven't progressed far enough to get either my mount or my job. Is it? No, it's middle. Weirdly enough. Middle makes sense to go for the top part of lower. Cheap balls. Cannot wait for mounts. I really cannot wait for the ability to use mounts. I must have done this one because I have other characters with the Maelstrom. I just don't think I've actually ever done this with the Immortal Flames. That's a brief sound effect. Boo. You're not the most stealthy of people, are you? Adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. Yes, this fragile bush with snapping twigs is definitely not the kind of cover we need. Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. No, I'm not a spy. Really, so we are of the Maelstrom. You're a on-doing ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts to report the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be Dothal and Gura. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. Slap himself in the face. Fuck is that animation? And what the fuck was that face? I've never seen a craft this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to this man's treachery? Secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We're taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Scouting party from Castronocidens, I say. Seems they want your ship, engineer. Wedge, you had to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first ship we built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Yep, we have Final Fantasy XIV's Biggs and Wedge now. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit these Imperials hard and fast. They want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. What say you, Dothal and Gura? Ready to get those curs are hiding? Always. Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge. Me outrunning all of them. Bye. Have fun storming the Imperials. An ambush. To arms. Fine, there's only 6 of them versus the 4 of us. I count for at least 1. Saying against the mighty Empire. Really? I think we are. back into the AoE. What is he doing? Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. Oh, close one. Too damn close. How does she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is dead lost, but I think we can bring enough thrust to the main propeller to get us airborne. Few minor modifications, we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Lothal and Gura, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured I'll inform Commander of the part you played today. I just want to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads here, we'd all be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm an adept friend, we both are. He's so teeny. Wedge. Thank you, we're very grateful. Wedge has to be instructed on being sociable. Very small, yes. Like, it makes sense. Biggs is very big and Wedge is about the size of a door wedge. Which reminds me, I've actually seen a Lalafell called Door Wedge, sat outside a door holding it open. Oh, and now I actually will... Oh, my return hasn't cooled down, so I'll just spend the 127 gil. And here's the funny thing. For anyone who is a fan of Bloodborne, Wedge's voice actor, at least for some of the later ones, is the same as Mikolash from Bloodborne. Now try getting your mind around that crossover. Leave the patats be. Really want a jacket potato now. Really, really do. Show me what the fuck? Look it up. It's ridiculous, but it is actually the thing. I think it's Shadowbringers onwards, but it might not be. But I definitely know that when he has a voice line in Shadowbringers, it is 100% the same guy that does voice of Mikolash. I'm going to have to actually add to the shopping list. Potatoes. Welcome back to Thangora. I just heard the report. You need to be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. That was fucking quick. Must admit I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of, after you're properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction... That gives me 300 seals immediately. Let's start afresh, shall we? I engage, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Of course, I just want mashed potatoes. Same. You're welcome here, Amaris Lothal and Gura. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is you'll be joining. I've already heard this twice. I've already been told twice over, at least. I actually know, maybe 3 times now. I don't need it again. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organisation which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Garlean Empire and solving the many problems caused by the Calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colours has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is the Minster afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Merwin Buffinson sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favourable, lad, and the strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with talk of ship and all, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier at Leopold's till his last breath. Fights to his last drop of blood, we give our all in service to this nation, and know this is expected of you. I already know this. The Thorangora, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom ranks. Is there what you'd like to say? What skills I have are yours till sea swallows all. Ah yes, the many and varied skills of the adventurer. I have no doubt that your travels have furnished you with such knowledge that will prove invaluable to our cause. Q, hello and welcome. Sir Barsblood's Hydro. Q, have you changed your name on Twitch? Because I've never seen it be capitalised with a C before. It's like having to agree to a website / gamer's privacy policy repeatedly. It really is. Do you accept the terms of service? Yes. Do you really accept the terms of service? Yes. Do you really, really, really accept the terms of service? Yes. Awesome. We're now coming for your kidneys. You accepted the agreement. Our agents will be with you within 4 hours. Don't struggle. Master Thalanger, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. That reminds me that I've got tenure at max rank at the moment. At least I thought it was max rank. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve them as the Minster well till sea swallows all. Even got the salute right first time. I swear one of those Lalafels just popped out of nowhere to start clapping. And make you solve it every time. Oh, they do. They'll only let you accept it when you go to the bottom. It's like, oh yeah, we want to be sure that people have actually read it because they got to scroll through the whole thing. It's like, people just scroll right to the very bottom and click accept. Can you hear me, Amaris? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Lothalangora. You stop talking about my privates. I have no doubt that you're eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a man of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. Oh. Yep. There's some friends here whom I would very much like to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest of the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Ricky. It might be worth your while. Everyone just looks over and she's like, don't say my name again. Nope, nope, nope. I can now accept the quest of my little chocobo. This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for Realm Reborn. Well, they've just gone live early. Cool. My little chocobo. Just give me the whistle. Okay, personal chocobo issued. What Prison Private Lothalangora, I must say it tells you your deeds have been an inspiration to the troops. Our duties take us far and wide, and I'll wager you've slogged across quite a few miles of countryside on naught but your own 2 feet. Such a sterling soldier of the Maelstrom deserves his own steed. Let's see about having one issued for you. All you need to do is obtain a Storm Chocobo issuance by exchange company seals with the Quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to Fagrim, and she will see you saddled up on one of our trusty birds. Quartermaster. Material. There it is. Insufficient seals. But oh, I've got to finish this this quest and then go back because this will give me the 300 seals I need. fine. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's sussy. Why are feathers so hard to draw? Oh, because they are. They're like hair. Drawing a feather is like drawing hair. Welcome back, Amara. Slade Infilia waits you within. Bollocks. Didn't realize it was going to throw me immediately into a cutscene. I thought it was going to be, you know, take another quest. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with a tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Amaris. Now, when we last spoke, I said I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Oh, it's Biggs and Wedge. Had to make my own Monster Hunter species feathered. Why would you do this to yourself? Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... God's man, spit it out, will you? Wedge at your service. I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that the Wee Scions should serve as the keepers of the technology. Because pretty feathered snake-like dragon. Oh, that does sound gorgeous. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Only those 2 applauded. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea. I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Seems a bit weird. But I now can actually go and get my chocobo. Well, that's a message to see in chat. I want to know where all the filthy mentors are. And then one person goes... Stay classy, Limsa. Stay classy. I mean, technically, also me, because I'm a mentor and I'm filthy, just not on this server. I also want to know when I'm going to get my friggin' job. Like, part of me thinks it'll be after I get to a level 30 main quest. I really don't want to be waiting that long, because I'm going to be a warrior, a marauder for fucking ages. Quartermaster... There we are. Let me check about issuance. Oh, you're the chocobo keep. Cool. Plaza's the first one. Limbs of chat's weird. You're right now, you need a little bit more sleep, no problem at all. Thanks for coming as long as you did, DJ, and I will see you later. What bird issue you say? Then only see your Storm Chocobo issuance. There. Eat it. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Moment, please. I'll be right back with your Chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. Name your Chocobo. Quick. Risky Walker. Mostly because if you look at Walk glancing, it looks like wank. So Risky Wanker. Name your Chocobo Risky Wanker. Yes. Quick. Bye. Apparently Risky Wanker doesn't like it. I dare say he likes his name. Here's your very own Chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your Chocobo Rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. I can ride mounts! Took me an entire fucking stream to get to this point. Boop. I think so. Now what I'll do is I'll use a ticket to go back to the Waking Sands, and I'll set myself up for the next quest, but I will be ending stream around about here. We just get ready for what we'll be doing afterwards. Are you going to auto-mute? You are actually going to. Yeah, I do not. Okay, cool. Log out. Actually, no, I'll just exit game. But yeah, so that's when I'm going to be ending things. Thank you very much for coming along, for all the support. It's all greatly appreciated in whatever way you've chosen to show it. Next stream from me is going to be tomorrow at 2 PM EST, which is 7 PM BST, where I will be possibly going live with Ghost Recon Wildlands featuring Team Bondage, depending on if we're actually going to be all there or not. If not, I'll still be streaming at that time, just possibly Elden Ring, with the same stream time and plan on Sunday as well. We are going to go and raid Lydia. She is also playing Final Fantasy XIV, and she is bit further. She's much farther on than I am, but yeah. So yeah, until next time though, thank you all again for your support, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, a good night, a good evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon. Well, the time is for you. Till then though, stay safe, stay amazing, and see you later. Raid!